Genetically modified organisms are not an issue. I agree with anything that makes our agriculture better.
GMOs, I really don't think too much of them. I think that, to put something in food or whatever, genetically modifying things, it doesn't really do much to scare me, at least. So I think that it's a good thing, because I think a lot of things are really based on the economy, and if it's going to put things in stores that are going to make money, then why not do it?
Genetically modified plants are a good thing for our society because they help feed the growing population.
Because they make food cheaper.
My opinion about GMOs, genetically modified organisms, I think they're beneficial when it comes to things like genetically modifying bacteria for certain medical benefits. I think that's awesome, and I think that's what we should be doing with the knowledge and abilities that we have in the scientific community. Because I think they can ultimately cure a lot of diseases and things that we never could cure as effectively or even treat effectively.
I think genetically modified organisms have definitely improved agriculture. It makes it a lot more efficient, and it helps feed our growing population.
The genetically modified plants have improved our agriculture because they produce more food in the same land area.
I definitely think they improved our culture because of just the good that they do, and it's kind of like a testament to how far we've come with science and the scientific community. I understand some people are concerned about them, but I think that's just through lack of knowledge of what we're doing right now. But it probably kind of leads into your other question. So.
I don't really know too much of the effects that GMOs had on people or things, in general, but I do know that GMOs probably are going to give people in, engineering and sciences more jobs that can, come up with ideas for more things, and if there are bad effects, then maybe they can do something to make them better. So I think that it's something you shouldn't give up on. So yeah, I think it's improving agriculture because the science of it's going to be improving.
Yeah, because they make them able to produce more.
That I think ethically, as far as I know, what we're doing right now, it's mostly just microorganisms, so bacteria and whatnot. Maybe someone's moved up to some animals, potentially some mammals, if I'm not mistaken. But so I understand other people's ethical consideration about modifying. What if you start modifying people or something? I think that's kind of where we should tread lightly, because then you're starting with obviously people and humans, where how far is too far. That's kind of what we have to decide as a culture, I guess. Personally, I don't know if I would go as far as to genetically modify people or humans, unless in very rare circumstances, say with Tay-Sachs disease, where a young 5-year-old's gonna end up dying because he has this terrible genetic disorder. I think that's if we could find a way to fix that, something like that, I would be all for it. But as far as if you're just genetically modifying for the sake of modifying, I don't necessarily agree with that decision. People should just kind of deal with what they have to deal with in certain points. If it's for medical purposes, like with what I said, I think in certain circumstances, I'd be for that. But going too much with the genetic modification, I think that's kind of where it gets hairy and kind of gray area.
In my opinion, as long as it doesn't harm anybody, any animals, any habitats, it's not an issue with me.
I have no ethical issues with genetically modified plants as long as they don't, introduce any toxins into our environment or anything.
Not bad for everyone else in the world, then I think it's fine.
I don't really think that this is going to, harm nature. I think this is one of those things that, if people want to do it, they want to do it, and people are going to have their opportunities to choose if they want to have something that's genetically modified or not. I don't think that as long as every plant in the world or every organism in the world isn't genetically modified, then I think it's okay.
but if they are or not, it doesn't make a difference to me.
When it comes to things like food, I think certain genetic modifications are pretty cool, pretty important, I guess. If you're inserting some kind of gene that makes it resistant to some disease or herbicide, I mean, as long as that particular resistance isn't going to affect the people that eat the food, then yeah, definitely go for it. That's a smart, smart farming, I guess, especially when food is as scarce in some areas as it is. Might as well make the best crops we can and make it more versatile for different environments, if that's possible and that's the case. But certain things I could see where, I mean, could potentially be dangerous if you're modifying, like I said, with something that we don't necessarily know how it affects people that eat the food. So if there's some kind of natural I don't know, or secretion that prevents a certain disease or prevents animals from eating that crop, then you don't know if that genetic modification is actually going to hurt people that eat it or not, and you kind of should be careful with that. But I mean, overall, I don't know if that's even the case in any situation. So I think it's good to modify certain crops if needed, just for better farming purposes, as long as it's not harmful to anybody that has to eat the food.
Honest, with making food choices, I really don't care if it's genetically modified or not. I don't really go and look to check for that. Maybe if I knew it was in them, I probably would. But yeah, whatever tastes good, so that's kind of where I'm going to go with it.
I base my food choice at all on whether it's genetically modified or not.
This is on whether they're genetically modified or not. I just buy whatever I see in the grocery store.